Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at a controversial case where a police officer was called on campus to deal with an argument between a student and a teacher. Things quickly began to escalate, and the officer was captured violently restraining the student. On September 20th, 2022, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office was called in regards to a dispute between a high school student and his PE teacher. The dispute stemmed from a verbal argument between both parties. 18-year-old Taurus Sledge initially told his PE teacher that he was feeling unwell and unfit to play kickball during the physical education class that was about to start. To this, Mr. Sledge was allowed to sit and rest on the bleachers, but was later seen playing around with a basketball when the class started. Following this, the teacher approached Mr. Sledge and questioned him as to why he was playing basketball when he claimed that he was sick. This is when a heated argument was initiated between the two, and police were promptly called to settle the dispute.
This pissed me off. What happened? We're playing a kickball game, he wouldn't play. So as soon as the basketballs come out, he comes out here and wants to play basketball. So I come up to him, I'm like, Taurus, you said you were sick. He said, don't approach me like that. I said, I'm a teacher. I can approach you how I want to. I didn't do it disrespectfully. I just asked him a question. And then I try to go over here. He goes over here, and I try to walk him outside to get him one-on-one. And he's at the basketball, and it comes to me, and I grab the basketball, and then he sort of bucks on me and comes at me into my face. And he won't talk to me. And he says, you're a I'll kick your quote. You can ask Katie. I ain't put up that shit. But I want to have a conversation in front of you with him. Because he got to know he was wrong and I'm talking to him.
Deputy Tyler McRae arrived at the East Ridge High School shortly after and initially made contact with the PE teacher, who explained his side of the story. He claimed that Mr. Sledge was the aggressor, highlighting that Mr. Sledge spoke to him in a disrespectful manner. He further expressed his desire to have a conversation with Mr. Sledge in the presence of Deputy McRae to presumably help him better understand the ordeal. Meanwhile, Mr. Sledge was having a word with one of the school's staff. As he explained the events to the staff member, Deputy McRae approached them and stood by while listening to what Mr. Sledge had to say. Amidst this, Mr. Sledge also had a heated exchange with the teacher, and they appeared to completely disagree with each other.
I just got switched to this class because the administrators, my counselor, whoever can't hire a teacher for my institute. My institute, I've been taking all 4 years.
You're supposed to play like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Blaine. I've been taking it for 4 years. It ain't my fault that they can't hire another teacher, keep a teacher in that class.
Okay. Gotcha.
So with that being said, my institute, my guidance counselor put me in here.
Okay.
Not knowing that I told him I wasn't feeling good. Came to him about that. That was already done on about. Yes, done on about. He left alone. Okay, cool. We cool. I'm up there in the bleachers sitting down. Finally, when I come down from off the bleachers, you want to come at me aggressive. What happened to you? You supposed to be in the bleachers. Like, that's not how you talk to me. You could be a good citizen, but be aware. When you talking to me, it's respect.
So what happened after that?
After that, it wasn't nothing else to discuss. I walked off and continued on what I was doing. I'm not finna talk to a good old citizen. You could have your little, you feel me? That's not gonna resolve nothing. If I'm not doing nothing, if I'm minding my own business, don't come to me no type of way. And how you bumped up against me like that?
You're talking to
How
us.
you bumped up against me like that?
As a teacher, you didn't play our organized game.
I told you I wasn't feeling good. That was the end of what you said, what you discussed. I'm minding my own business. I walked out.
Can I have a word? Okay, our organized game, you didn't play. I asked you why you didn't play. You told me you didn't feel well. I didn't buck on your name. I said, okay, that's fine. Next thing you know, the basketballs come out, and now you're on the floor. So I came up to you and I was like, I thought you were sick when we were playing kickball, and now you're not sick anymore. And that's when you went from here to like that. And you shut it down, and I couldn't talk to you. And that's where we...
At this point, it's pretty obvious that Mr. Sledge was agitated and rather angry. He was certainly speaking in a raised tone and did not wish to find common ground so the dispute could be settled between both parties. Mr. Sledge's justification for his tone was that he wanted to speak the same way that his teacher had initially spoken to him, adding that he felt disrespected and racially discriminated against. The teacher completely denied Mr. Sledge's allegations and made it clear that he was not remotely racist to anyone.
I asked you a question. I said, I thought you were sick. We were playing kickball. And then you went, zzz, and you changed twofold. Like I was coming at you. And then you said, don't come at me like that. I was like, I'm asking you a question. I'm not coming at you. If I came at you, you know it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm 50 years old. I'm too old for that stuff, okay? I've been doing this for 26, 30 years. All right? You got a little bit of experience. So if you think I'm coming at you, you're totally wrong, 100%. But as a teacher and as a person of respect, that I do respect these kids, you ask any kids in here, and you call me racist, I'm the least racist person in the school. You ask anybody around here, black, white, or indifferent. Kids, young kids, adults. I guarantee you, I treat this man with the same respect that they treat me. Don't call me racist. As a teacher, you're my student. I asked you a question, and you could not answer it, and you got really upset. That's where we're at. No,
that's exactly what I did from the moment I came in this class. You had something on me when I asked if you could open up the doors.
What
Your
doors?
question was regarding to why this, why that, and I gave you a simple question in return, but you wanted to go further with the
Now, the only question I asked you was, why could you not play our game? I'm not going to talk to you.
I'll let you talk. I'll let you say what you had to say, what you said over there. Supposedly, that's not what you said. You came to me aggressively, and I said I'm talking in a calm voice.
Oh, I never been
You still had your voice raised while I'm telling you, trying to explain to you why I came down from the bleachers. But you still had your voice up. See, this is why my voice gonna stay this tone, because I'm gonna show you how you was doing me right there. I'm gonna keep my tone like this regardless.
I asked you a question. I'm like, why are you not sick now when you were sick earlier?
It don't matter.
That does not
I
matter.
gave you your answer.
I'm not arguing.
And you still kept coming at me aggressive. And I let it go and I walked off, minding my own business as I was doing from when I walked up there on the bleachers and sat down. The reason why you asked me, why was I on the bleachers to begin with, right? Minding my own business. Once again, so why are you coming at me aggressively?
Okay,
that's my question.
I'm a PE teacher.
Why?
Why? Okay, you asked me a question, I'm going to answer it. I'm a PE teacher. Our two classes are playing a kickball game against each other. Coach Murley versus Coach Mauser. I look up and you're in the bleachers by
yourself.
yourself.
That don't got nothing to do with me feeling sick.
I didn't know you were sick at that time. That's why I asked you the question. I'm like, why are you in the bleachers?
How many times I got to tell you I was
okay.
But I think the thing is you were sick, but then when he allowed you guys to have free time, and then you decided you weren't sick and wanted to play.
Not that I decided, but at the time when I was up feeling myself, I'm going to come down and I'm going to interact. Is that a problem?
Yeah, but if he's designed a lesson and you didn't participate in his lesson.
He designed a lesson. A lesson is not to go out there and play with students just because
this is a physical education class. That is what the lesson
is. I get that.
So
and I came down
in the lesson.
I came
so
down on my time when I was feeling myself and I went down there. So
at this point, the arguments were obviously not leading them anywhere close to a conclusion. It appeared to be an endless cycle of arguments. But Mr. Sledge suddenly escalated the situation by yelling at the teacher. Then, the officer attempted to de-escalate things by telling Mr. Sledge to lower his voice.
Is that a problem?
The problem is our kickball game we were playing against Coach Mauser.
That's not the point. It's not about the kickball game. It's about me not feeling myself. How many times I gotta say that?
I didn't say a word to you about not playing. Did I say anything? I was like, that's fine.
You came to me after I came down on the bleachers. That's my whole point. You keep talking about the.
You understand why I asked the question? We're doing a kickball game.
You're talking about the game. That's
you
the
don't
whole
play.
point.
When we had free time in basketball, that's when you did it. And I asked you a question. So why are you feeling better now than when you wasn't earlier? It was 10 minutes ago.
And I think that's a legitimate question.
It doesn't matter if I'm up there on the bleachers and I'm telling you, I was feeling myself. It's the reason why I came down from off the bleachers. It don't matter about no basketball. It don't matter about no kickball. It don't got nothing to do with none of that. I said I was feeling sick. If I'm feeling sick, I'm going to be up there on the bleachers. Where did you not understanding that? When I'm feeling myself, I'm going to come down. Where did you not understanding that?
Lower your voice. Lower your voice.
This is where things took a turn for the worse. As Mr. Sledge tried to walk away, Deputy McRae held him by his shoulder, and this immediately got Mr. Sledge to respond with aggression. At that point, the confrontation between Mr. Sledge and Deputy McRae had begun, since now they were the ones engaged in a heated argument. Eventually, Mr. Sledge did manage to walk away, but Deputy McRae followed him to the bleachers, where he informed Mr. Sledge that he needed to make his way back down to the school staff.
I I'm just excusing myself. Anything else you want to come from?
I don't want you to
if you
excuse
want to
yourself
talk to
right now.
anybody, I got a lawyer. Anything, but you're not finna come to me no type of way and disrespect me.
Hold on.
Bro, get your hands off me.
Hold on.
Get your hands off me.
I said hold on.
You got 5 seconds to get your hands.
What you gonna do?
You got 5 seconds
What
to
you
get your
gonna
hands
do?
on me.
What you gonna do?
You got 5 seconds
You
to
got-
get your
what
hands
you
on me. I
gonna
ain't
do?
gonna do nothing. You gonna
Exactly.
get your ass up off of me and get out my presence like you got some sense. Be a
I
good
got some
citizen
sense.
like you is.
How about you be a good citizen, not raise your voice
With that badge on your hook.
and causing a big scene inside the gym?
Nah, I ain't
Because
causing
you're really
no
pushing
scene.
for disorderly conduct.
I
is
ain't
what you're
pushing
doing.
nothing.
You
If
are.
I'm pushing some, alright. Like I said, stay right.
Okay. Now, come on, man, get your stuff. Let's go.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you
Like
are.
I said, why did you follow me?
Because
It's to be noted that Deputy McRae later stated in Mr. Sledge's arrest warrants that this confrontation made him feel threatened. This minor detail comes into play very soon. Then, things started to escalate even further when Deputy McRae threatened Mr. Sledge, telling him that he would end up taking a ride to jail if he continued to act disorderly. Deputy McRae continued to ask Mr. Sledge to get up from the bleachers, stating that it was a lawful order, which Mr. Sledge had to comply with. After a few seconds of back and forth, Deputy McRae decided to physically subdue Mr. Sledge in a rather violent manner by reaching for his neck and then pulling him by his hair while trying to yank him onto the bleachers. Deputy McRae's body cam fell off just before this use of force. However, it provided a very clear angle of the encounter. In addition, another angle was captured on a mobile phone.
even Mr. Perry wants you to get you stuff because he wants you to meet him over there. So let's go.
I don't care about what Mr. Perry
Let's
said.
go.
I'm in this class. I just got in this class.
Okay,
I don't give a what you say to me, dog.
Let's go.
Get the out my face.
Come on, man. You finna take a ride to jail, dude. I ain't with you.
Who the you talking about ride to jail? I ain't do to begin with.
It's called disorderly conduct.
Disorderly
Stand up
conduct. You ain't
and let's
doing
go.
that. No.
Boy. Get up off the bleachers. That's fine. You can record all you want. I've been recording the whole time.
That's cool.
Get up off the
Record.
bleachers.
Keep recording. I
I'm
hope you
going
got
to.
everything I said in there too.
So let's go. Come with me. Stand up and come with me. Stand up and come with me. I'm telling you to stand up and come with me for causing a disorder inside the gym in front of everybody else. You don't need to be in here. Mr. Perry's telling you to come out. I'm telling you to come on, so you need to get up and come on. I'm giving you a lawful order to get up and come on now. All right, man. Take the backpack off. We finna go to jail. Don't resist me, dude. What is it? Don't resist me. Don't do it. I got you. So leave it out of here. Okay?
Now, the controversy of this entire incident resides in the use of force by Deputy McRae. It could be said that Deputy McRae had several other options to subdue Mr. Sledge without having to use any force. One very convenient method would be to simply ask one of the staff members for assistance. However, it appeared as if Deputy McRae was personally frustrated by Mr. Sledge's demeanor and wanted to take matters into his own hands, quite literally. It's to be noted that law enforcement officers are trained to use only the amount of force that's necessary to control a situation. Also, it's generally understood that the use of force must be reasonable and proportional to the threat posed by the suspect. According to the National Institute of Justice, it's stated that law enforcement officers should use only the amount of force necessary to mitigate an incident, make an arrest, or protect themselves or others from harm. Also, it's stated that use of force is an officer's last option, a necessary course of action to restore safety in a community when other practices are ineffective. Taking this into account, one could argue that Mr. Sledge most certainly did not pose a threat to Deputy McRae, contrary to what he claimed in the arrest warrant. And even if he did, it definitely didn't justify the excessive force that was used. Eventually, one of the staff members picked up Deputy McRae's body cam and returned it to him. At that point, Deputy McRae was still physically restraining Mr. Sledge and continuously demanded he takes the bag off immediately. It's initially unclear why Deputy McRae was so adamant that Mr. Sledge's bag must be removed before anything else. Mr. Sledge said, in response, that it was his belonging and Deputy McRae did not have a right to take it from him.
Take the bag off. Take the bag off.
You gonna put the badge back on like the camera you should have been?
Take the
Why
bag
is you
off.
still holding me, man?
Because you're not listening to a lawful order that I'm giving you. Take the bag off.
You still holding me.
Take the,
Why is y'all still on me at this parents? Why my parents ain't been called?
Because you
Put my
still
dad
ain't
on the
listening
phone. Put
to
my dad
me.
on the phone.
Take the bag off.
Why is you trying to get me to retain my stuff off of me? This is my property. This is me.
I'm not trying to steal it. I'm trying to get it
I
off.
don't care.
To
You just
detain you in
threw
handcuffs.
me around.
Because you didn't listen. I told you to get up.
I didn't
told you
have
to get
no
up.
right to be treated the way you treated me. Why is you still holding me? I've been told you to give me a second.
You keep back.
Do you not
Every time-
understand that when I say
every
give me a
time-
second, that means remove
Every
yourself away from me.
time.
Remove
you-
yourself away from me.
Every time I give you a
yourself away
second,
from me.
you don't
remove
take the
yourself
bag
away
off.
from me.
I will let you go if you'll take
Will
this
you
bag off.
remove yourself away from me?
I will let you go if you take this bag
Will
off.
you remove yourself away from me?
I just told you what I would do. Take the bag off. Take it off. Take the bag off.
Deputy McRae then stated that Mr. Sledge would be going to jail for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. Meanwhile, Mr. Sledge dialed his father's number and called him to explain what was going on. His father could be heard stating that he was going to make his way to the school soon.
Take the bag off, dude. Take it off. You're going to jail for disorderly conduct and resisting at this point. Take the bag off.
What's up, sweetheart? You good?
No, I'm not good. I literally just got thrown around by the police like I haven't done nothing. They simply called the administrators down here, which is the teacher that I'm in for physical education. Like he called the administrators down, knowing I didn't have no wrong. I was in no wrong. I simply came to him, and when he asked me a question, which why am I at the bleachers, and I told him I wasn't feeling good. I exited the bleachers when I started feeling myself, and he wanted to come at me aggressive. So he got a police officer down here pulling on my lock, slamming me into the bleachers I'm at the school, and they would not let me go.
After Mr. Sledge ended the call with his father, Deputy McRae continued to order Mr. Sledge to take his bag off. At that point, Deputy McRae finally clarified why he wanted Mr. Sledge to remove his bag. It was needed for Mr. Sledge to be placed in handcuffs. Regardless, Deputy McRae ended up pepper spraying Mr. Sledge just because he refused to take his bag off. This action could once again be disputed as to whether it was needed in this situation. Mr. Sledge was then pinned to the floor while Deputy McRae tried to take the bag off. And for some reason, Deputy McRae decided to use his baton to help do that.
All right, take the bag off.
I'm not doing nothing.
Take the bag off.
Nothing is gonna happen.
You
until
are
my
fixed.
lawyer get up here.
You are fixed to get put in handcuffs
I'm not.
one way or another.
I'm not.
Take
I'm
the
not.
bag off. Take it off. Take the bag
I
off.
have no right to be slung
Take
up
the
against
bag
the
off.
bleachers.
Take the bag off. Take it off. Take the bag off. I'm gonna spray you again. Take the bag off. Take it off. Take it off. Take the bag off. You're refusing a lawful order for me to be able to put you in handcuffs. Take the bag off. Take the bag off. Take it off. Take the bag off. Take it off. Take the bag off. Take the bag off. I'm going to take the bag off. We can get you decontaminated once the backpack is off. Take the bag off. Take it off. I know it sucks. If you'd have just listened, this wouldn't have happened. That's all. That's all you had to do was listen. You still going to resist? You want it some more, dude? Because that's fine. I got a whole can. Take the bag off, man. That's all you have to do is take the bag off. Take the bag off.
Why did you harassing me?
I told you to take the bag off.
Harassing me? I got you on camera.
That's fine, dude. Take the bag off. Take it off.
I can't breathe.
If you take the bag off, we'll get you decontaminated. That's all it is.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Give me your hand, man.
This spring closing.
Give me a nurse up here.
It's closing my windpipe.
Give me a nurse up here. Roll over, man. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over and sit up. Roll over and sit up.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Roll over and sit up, dude.
Daddy, just breathe.
Roll over. Roll over and sit up, dude.
I can't breathe. They got in my mouth. I can't breathe. I keep telling you.
Roll over and sit up. Roll over and sit up. Roll over and sit up. Dude, I'm trying to help you.
I can't breathe, bro.
Roll over and sit up. Roll over and sit up. Roll.
Let me sit up.
That's what I'm trying to get you to do.
Eventually, Mr. Sledge's father arrived on the scene and was informed about the entire situation. He then took the bag off his son and helped him decontaminate his face. More officers showed up on campus and the situation soon turned calm. The officers told Mr. Sledge's father that his son would be taken to jail, where he would be processed for the charges against him. Mr. Sledge was subsequently placed in handcuffs and secured in the back of a patrol vehicle.
All right. At this point, I need you to put your hands behind your back, man.
Thank you for coming down.
Form out, Jim.
I see you comparison.
He should be able to call you from down there as well and let you know whenever they're ready for him to leave. Like I said, I'm more familiar with, taking adults to jail and them getting a bond and all that stuff as far as juveniles.
Once he gets paperwork done, they're going to take them in there. They're going to process them. Probably within a couple, 2 or 3 hours,
Yeah.
they'll call you up. Hey, you come pick them up. Okay. And then
to the car.
After my car?
Can he do that?
Yeah. As long as it'll help keep you calm, yeah, I'm good with that.
I've been calm from the jump.
All right, man.
You putting your hands on me don't make me feel safer than what I felt.
I get it. So, turn around. I got to put your hands behind your back and cuff you up, okay?
in your pocket if you want to leave it now.
Put your hands together like you're praying, man.
Like that. On your back, right?
Like that right there, okay? It's going to be a little bit more comfortable. Go ahead and have a seat, okay?
Market Street. Yeah, going down JDU down there.
Off Holly Street?
Not Market Street.
Holly Street? Holly.
Oh, Highway.
Yeah, right off East 3rd Street.
Okay. Get on 3rd Street.
Lean back just a little bit for me, okay? The best you can. I gotta bulk you up so we'll stay safe. I'm gonna get this car on and get the window down.
Mr. Sledge was ultimately charged with disorderly conduct, assault, and resisting arrest. Following this, a peaceful protest organized by the East Ridge High School students took place, which garnered social media attention and put the incident in the limelight. Hamilton County Schools then released a statement amid their investigations and elaborated on their commitment to keeping schools safe while treating all students with dignity and respect. They stated that, earlier today, we heard from the students at East Ridge High School during a peaceful and respectful student-led demonstration in the school's football stadium, adding that, just as we listen to those concerns and thoughts from our community, it is important that we also hear the voices of those in our classrooms who were directly affected by our actions. Meanwhile, Hamilton County Sheriff Austin Garrett stated that he was notified immediately after the incident and claimed that he intends to carefully review the case. Then, several months later on May 26, 2023, Mr. Sledge was in the Hamilton County General Sessions Court for a preliminary hearing on the criminal charges leveled against him. During this session, Judge Gary Starnes stated that Mr. Sledge escalated this entire incident and sent the matter to the grand jury with charges of resisting arrest and disorderly conduct. The judge dismissed assault charges against Mr. Sledge. Mr. Sledge's attorneys told the Times Free Press they will continue to prepare a case for their client and ensure he's protected. There was no comment about the possibility of filing a civil lawsuit. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter